Committee will come to order. I appreciate members being here for the committee's Commerce, Science, Transportation executive markup. This morning we are holding an executive session on several nominations. First, I want to say a few words about our dear friend and colleague of our committee, Senator Ben Ray Lujan, who isn't here with us today. We all know that he is recovering back home in New Mexico. I can tell you his leadership and voice on this committee has been a very important voice in telecommunications issues, national lab research issues that we took up during USICA, broadband issues. So we wish him a speedy recovery, and we're all thinking about him and appreciate that he has been such a steadfast member of this committee. And if someone in your family actually lets you watch something on your little device sometime, Ben Ray, just know that the Commerce Committee loves you, and and we're all thinking about you during this important time. We also, obviously, he has been an important member for our committee as far as the committee process, and so we'll work together to have. The ranking member has brought up concerns about the process. And so I want to assure members on both sides of the aisle we will be working together to have a consistent process of getting updated information on nominees to make sure that we're allaying these concerns. Many of these nominees we will consider today and at future markups have appeared before the committee and have received bipartisan support. So my goal is to make sure that these nominations continue to move forward as quickly as possible, because I believe the president deserves to have his people in place to tackle the big issues facing the nation. The nominees we will consider today fill key roles across our federal government and provide necessary leadership to implement historic legislation to improve transportation, address supply chain issues, and increase access in public programming. Last year, we passed a historic bipartisan legislation that will transform our nation's infrastructure and improve safety for the traveling public. We need leadership at the Department of Transportation and the Department of Commerce to implement the law and ensure incoming federal funding is used efficiently and effectively. It is critical that we confirm key DOT nominees like John Putnam, who is nominated to be the General Counsel, and Victoria Wasserman, who is nominated to be the Chief Financial Officer. Rear Admiral Ann Phillips is nominated to be the Administrator of the Maritime Administration, and Admiral Phillips will be responsible for implementing the bipartisan infrastructure law. This includes a historic $2.25 billion in port infrastructure grants needed to shore up our supply chain and make more progress in decarbonizing our maritime industry. We also will consider Steve Cliff to be Administrator of the National Highway Safety Administration, where he will carry out the agency's mission of saving lives, preventing injuries, and reducing the economic costs associated with traffic accidents. Just yesterday, NHTSA reported an estimated more than 31,000 people died on our roads between January and September of 2021. This is the highest number since 2006. So we need a permanent leader in place to implement the department's new safety strategy to combat these rising numbers. The pandemic has also exacerbated the deep flows in our supply chain, and over the last several months, this committee has had several hearings to address supply chain challenges. I'm sure we will do more in the future. Today, we take an important step in confirming Max Vekich, who has been nominated to be on the Commissioner of the Federal Maritime Commission. He has decades of experiences on the docks as a longshoreman, as a civic leader. His voice, I think, will be an important one in addressing supply chain issues at our busiest seaports around the United States. Additionally, Jed Kloko, who is nominated to be Undersecretary of Economic Affairs at the Department of Commerce, where he will be responsible for important data and important analysis of economic trends that are addressing our supply chain. So this analysis will be very important for our solutions. And today we also will vote on 4 nominees, Kathy M., Thomas Rothman, Laura Ross, and Elizabeth Simbler, to fill roles on the board of a Corporation for Public Broadcasting. So I look forward to working with them. And finally, we'll be voting on Coast Guard promotions. We've been working diligently to vet these nominees who will serve as the next group of leaders in the Coast Guard. So I thank our colleagues and everyone for working together. Now I turn to my colleague, Senator Wicker.
Thank you, Senator Cantwell, for convening this executive session to vote on the number of important nominations. And I, too, want to wish our collective best to Senator Ben Ray Lujan and wish him a speedy recovery. I'm sorry to learn of his hospitalization. We're unanimous in hoping to see him back very, very soon. I appreciate the chair working with me to finalize the agenda to be considered by the committee today. I'm particularly grateful for the committee considering vital Coast Guard promotions, including 4 nominations to the rank of Rear Admiral, 10 nominations to the rank of Rear Admiral lower half, and 1 nomination to the rank of Captain. These nominees for promotions in the Coast Guard should be confirmed by the full Senate as soon as possible so that they can assume their new leadership responsibilities in the defense of our nation. I look forward to having the support of the chair in urging this to our leadership. While on the topic of critical defense matters, I would note that many of us must promptly depart from this committee meeting to attend a consequential joint meeting of the Senate Armed Services Committee and the Senate Committee on Foreign Relations. So I appreciate the chair's cooperation in expediting the consideration of the nominations this morning in order to accommodate many overlapping committee schedules. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Senator Wicker. And now I will turn to you to make a, oh, no, actually, I'm going to recognize Senator Klobuchar.
Thank you very much. We're waiting for an additional
Okay,
senator.
maybe if I could turn to page 4 of the script and ask Senator Wicker to be recognized for a motion.
Item 7, I believe, Madam Chair. I move that, and this should take some time, PN 1538, the nomination of Jed Kolko of California to be Undersecretary of Commerce for Economic Affairs. PN 1547, the nomination of Rear Admiral Ann Phillips of Virginia to be Administrator of the Maritime Administration. PN 1543, the nomination of Stephen Cliff of California to be Administrator of the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. PN 1249, the nomination of John Putnam of Colorado to be General Counsel of the Department of Transportation. PN 1242, the nomination of Kathy M. of Illinois to be a member of the Board of Directors of the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. PN 1243, the nomination of Thomas Rothman of California to be a member of the Board of Directors of the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. PN 1244, the nomination of Elizabeth Simbler of Florida to be a member of the Board of Directors of the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. PN 1675, the nomination of Laura Ross of New York to be a member of the Board of Directors of the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. PN 1532, the nomination of Victoria Wasmer of the District of Columbia to be the Chief Financial Officer, Department of Transportation. And PNs 1651, 1434, 1327, and 1072 Coast Guard promotions be favorably reported.
Is there a second? All those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed? No, the motion is agreed to. Yes, Senator Blackburn.
Is a no on Cliff M. Rothman, Ross. Thank you.
Senator Blackburn, so noted, will be marked as such. Just hold on a second. Do any of my colleagues also want to say anything about Senator Lujan
Yes.
before we wait for one more minute here for Senator Sinema?
Well, I do. I think that we all love Senator Lujan. We love his spirit. And he has been an incredible friend to so many of us. And if anyone can make it through this, it is Ben Ray Lujan. So we wish you well, Ben Ray. I know it's really, I know as part of your recovery, you'll be watching us on C-SPAN or whatever thing. I mean, there could be nothing better for recovery than watching the Commerce Committee markups as we await one more member. But you know this is all heartfelt. So
Yes.
There we are.
Madam Chair, I would
Senator
also
Thune.
just express our best wishes and prayers of support for Senator Lujan. I serve as ranking member on his subcommittee, and he is truly a pleasure to work with and someone who I think represents everything that is good about public life. And we just hope and pray that he'll be back here soon. And in the meantime, hope he is resting and recuperating and not watching C-SPAN. That would be conducive to his recovery, but best to him.
Well, it definitely reminds us how fragile we all are, and these situations all are, and how much we depend on our colleagues for making this place work. And so it's a very important reminder to all of us. So any other further comments?
Madam
Senator Rosen.
Chairman, I would just say
Yes,
that-
Senator Blackburn.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. I would just say if having a good, positive attitude adds to a quick recovery, then Ben Ray will recover quickly and very healthily. I love his energy when he was in the House with us at Energy and Commerce Committee. I always appreciated the energy that he brought. And I know that expanding broadband into communities in New Mexico is going to enable him to continue to monitor and stream all of our hearings.
Madam Chair?
Senator Wicker.
Madam Chair, we do not have the votes to have a roll call. As a matter of comity and in honor of our friend from New Mexico, I suggest that we voice vote the Vekich nomination.
Thank
Senator
you
Wicker.
so much, Senator Wicker.
Yeah, thank you, Senator Wicker. Very much appreciate that. Senator, do you want to make a motion, Senator Klobuchar?
Sure. Thank you, Senator Wicker. That really means a lot to all of us. I move that the nomination of Max Vekich of the great state of Washington to be a commissioner of the Federal Maritime Commission, it's PN 1537. I move that it be favorably reported.
All those in favor say aye. All those opposed? The ayes have it.
Madam Chair, could I be
Everyone is agreed
recorded
to.
as a no on that?
Yes,
Thanks.
Madam Chairman, no.
Yes.
Thank you.
yes. Anybody else? Well, listen, thank you so much, Senator Wicker. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming here to the markup. Really appreciate everybody's attendance. We'll continue. We have a very big task in front of us as we try to work with our House colleagues on USICA. So I just ask our colleagues to, after probably their Friday maritime session, we all work together as a committee to work very effectively on getting that legislation over the final goal line and onto the president's desk. So thank you all very much. We're adjourned.